What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus deck profile. Today we're going over Traptrix. This deck is super sick. I know it's a super casual deck for a lot of you players, but this deck can actually do very well at a tournament. It's a very low budget deck. Most of this did come from the structure deck and a few other options, as well as I have a card in here. I'm going to be spoiling it. Pot of Prosperity's in this. Right now, this card's pretty expensive. It's like 35 bucks a pop. I'll be telling you guys the different options as well, what you can play. But other than that, I think the deck is fairly cheap. Battle of Legend just dropped. That's why we're going to be showing off like this budget profile. There's also Zeus in it as well. That card's very cheap right now. I'd suggest picking up your copies personally. But yeah, before we dive in, over to like, comment, subscribe. I did pretty well with this turn. I think I got a second place with this a few weeks back. So before we dive in, over to like, comment, subscribe. Want to see some more content like this? Let me know down in the comment section below. And yeah. So to start off, we're going to play the 3 Mermello. This card is pretty mandatory at 3. As well as the Mantis. This one searches for your traps, searches for your monsters. Not much to say about these 3. If you're playing less than 3, then you're probably not playing the deck correctly, or you're playing a different format. Then we have the 3 Pudica. This card is debatably a 2 of. It's super weird to say that because, like, yes, you only play 1 garden. So being on the normal summon this, as well as special summoning out off the Dianea, is very good. But I can see why you don't want to play 3 of it if you wanted to. The same goes with the Arachno. So this card's your extender, special summons out. I love having this card, searching it off Mantis, or just hard drawing it, because if you're not going to go into any of your different your lines, like going first, this card's amazing. It also protects your stuff, and you can summon it during your opponent's turn as long as you control a Traptrix monster. It just says during the main phase. You don't really summon during your opponent's turn, so it's also very good for doing that as well, which is why I like to play 3 of it, because I do like the extender bit of it, as well as you get to see me get Sarah's effects to trigger. And lastly, for the monsters, we are on the 2 Dianea. You don't need to play any more than 2. This one, summons back. It's like on normal summon, it summons back and gets your automatic rank 4. And then special summoning out off of like banishing a Holotea. And you're just able to set any great cards. Like I love being able to reset any of my traps. Like it just feels so nice. Then for the, amazing card, we play 3 Parallel. This is just a rank 4 engine. Not much to be said about it. Now for hand traps, we are only playing the 3 Ash Blossom. Branded is a crazy good deck, and Ash just trades 1 for 1 in almost every other deck. Just being able to hit some of the crazy cards. You're playing against Runic, you can hit Fountain. You're playing against Branded, you hit Branded Fusion. You're playing against Sword Soul, you can hit Emergence. You can hit Pot of Desires. You can hit you're playing against Striker, you can hit Engage. Like, there's just so many good options you can hit with Ash Blossom that you just have to play it. And it's super cheap right now, as well as in the rare collections. Could be even cheaper than that. Now for the spells, we are on the 1 Traptrix Garden and the 1 Call by the Grave. This deck can lose a lot to like Shifter. Sometimes it hits an Ash or a Bell very hard. So being able to play Call by the Grave is very nice. Just stopping your opponent's stuff just feels great. When we are on 2 Pot of Prosperities, you can play another Traptrix Garden, as well as Tantalizing Tune, I believe the card is, instead of this. It came in the structure deck, and it's essentially like a draw 2. It's not the greatest card, but, if you're playing a budget, you might as well, play it. But if you can play Prosperities, I would 100% play it. You don't need your extra deck as much in this, so you can banish a Sarah, something like that. Digging for 6 can also be absolutely insane, especially going second, because we'll show you some cards. Now for the traps, this is a heavy trap deck. I'm playing a little bit more traps than other players. You can cut some stuff, and I'll explain that later, but we're playing 3 Holotea. You got to play 3 of this. We are on the 2 Floodgates, 1 Terrifying, 1 Trap Hole, 1 Gravedigger. So this is mandatory here. These are completely mandatory. You have to play these 6. You don't have to play these 2. I really like Floodgate. That's why I'm playing 2 of it. And I am enjoying this, having this going first. I like having all of my traps, so I play an extra 1. I don't like Time Space, so that's why I'm not playing it. And then we are on the 3 Evenly Matches. It's a trap deck. If you're going first, you can just send this with Holotea to be able to activate it, which is very nice. And then going second, you're able to just destroy everything or banish everything. And you don't have to really play during main phase 1 unless you're trying to go for a Zeus line. So, trying to bait like an evenly match just feels super nice. And having it in the main deck just feels so free. And then we are on Sarah's Best Friend, Imperm. yeah, this card I feel is completely mandatory in the deck. Being able to like just set it and get like so much advantage off Sarah if you don't open very well just feels so free. When people hit this with your Sarah, it also feels so nice. Don't imperm Sarah, boys. And then we're on the 2 Triangle Tributes. So this one's this is like the odd part. So if you wanted to, you could cut evenly matches and put in like another hand trap. You could put in like Veilers. You could put in like the Regulus package if you wanted to. You could put Book of Eclipses. You could put Book of Moons. Anything really that you would want to put in. And then you could just play other cards as well if you want to put like Judgment in instead. You could do that. You could also play 2 Lightning Storms instead of the Triangle Tributes and have it like, you know, a very powerful going second deck. But I find that, you know, with evenly matches, imperms, as well as their Ash Blossoms, all the time you can either just Zeus board or you can go evenly and just do your stuff. As well as the deck can play around a few things, so it's fun to play with. And now for the extra deck. You're on 3 Sarah, pretty much your best monster. Link 1s are absolutely busted. We cut the Link 2, but we are on the Link 3. I don't find myself summoning this as often as I probably should. I find that like the 1800 is super weak. Yes, it is 28, but I just feel like it should be stronger than that. It should maybe be like a 25 and then boost it to 35. Like, it does take a lot to go into this. And then we are on the 1 Underworld Goddess. This deck struggles to beat untargetable monsters as well as, you know, just monsters that they are huge. So like Dragoon, Psychic End Punisher, Chaos Angel, the stuff like that that's just super hard to out. So a lot of time just being able to go for Underworld Goddess if you storm the field can help you out a lot. And yeah, I'm not playing the Link 2 Earth Charmer in the deck because I'm not playing Fenrir. That's something else you could cut the Torrentials for. You could put in two Fenrirs as well. But it's card really good. I feel like I want to do a little bit more of a budget deck for you guys as well. So I wanted to cover like both grounds there, but you can definitely play Fenrir. I think Fenrir is a crazy card right now as well. Now for XYZs, we're on the 2 Rafflesia, super standard, absolutely crazy card. 1 ping, 1 Alamaris. Don't think you need any more of these. This is pretty much like super standard regardless. And I think sometimes like this card is actually cuttable, which I feel is so crazy to say. Now for the generic rank 4s, we are on the Baguska. This card can just come in clutch so many times. It just wins against Fluenderies. It wins against a lot of other decks as well. And then the Tornado Dragon. This is a blank, essentially. I have a few blanks, so I'm going to put that back. We play the 1-time Thief Redoer, you know, being able to put a trap because you have the effect of Volatea just feels super nice as well. Yeah, the super generic, everyone's playing this. But now for the 2 cards that are like really weird. I'm playing the Shake It Scrub and the Tornado Dragon. So a lot of my locals has a little bit of back row going on, or just have like generically good back row cards to out. I don't like Floodgates at all, so I just main this in my extra deck because I want to be able to out it. And like we played against Flu, as you guys will see tomorrow. It came up a few times. As well as like Punk decks are floating around, and being able to hit the field spell with this feels so free. Being able to hit Branded Loss with this or any other card, that's just super good. It always has like some kind of application. Like even hitting Dragon Ravine just feels so great with this card. There's just lots of good cards you can hit if you are able to play like if you know what's going on in the format. And this is just like an interesting tech. So I found I had another extra spot, and instead of playing the Asa Charmer, I decided to put this in instead. It lets you like put back one of your trap cards, and then you get to draw a card. And I think I don't think I've ever activated the secondary effect. You get special on a level 4 from your hand, which does target like Pudica or Murmello and anything like that. Like just has some good synergy with the rest of this. It's also a plant, so you don't get like you can still summon it when you get locked under a Arachno. So very good. I think this card should be more mandatory in the deck. And then we are on the Exton Knight, which is Baby Zeus, and then Zeus as well. If you have a lot of Cashier in your locals, you could definitely cut this card or Tornado Dragon probably. Also, this hits Birth, which is pretty nuts as well. But you could probably like cut one of these for a second Zeus if you're that worried of being ripped. But a lot of time they'll go for like this card here. We're not going to show out the side deck for this deck, but you know, you can always play the Judgments. It's still a work in progress, but like the cards you're going to want to play, you're going to play Judgment. You can definitely play these cards. You if you're playing more, you should also play Regeki. It's a great going second card if you don't want to play like Dark Rulers or Lightning Storms. But really, just want to show off like extra holes. Judgment is a mandatory side deck card. Going first, you side this in, take out your Evenlies, set it, you just stop pretty much anything, which is very nice. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you want to see some more content. I'll be trying to post more duels with this. I'm going to try doing a little bit more experimentation with other trap decks this format, because I think traps are very good. And I like how they have interaction with Labyrinth as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Peace.